On a few of the laps I didn't get it quite right. You can see into turn 1 here on lap 2, I kind of come in a little wide, and there's a change of surface there, so the car starts to rotate at the rear, and you can see it's the whites of my eyes light up, and I think, oh crap, I'm going to spin this thing, but kind of all holds together. I don't lose too much time, and I fire away out of that turn 1.
Dream, search, drive. Cars.co.za.
You can't claim that budget doesn't have your back. Sure, but you can claim via WhatsApp. Budget, the official insurer of good South Africans.
So we get a phone call towards the end of last year from Glenn Crompton, who's kind of head of marketing or director of marketing. He's really high up in Toyota. And he says, how about we do a GR Yaris Cup season next year, and you do a bit of film work or publicity on it. And before even thinking about it, I kind of said yes. I was like, I get to go back and race. It's amazing. I'm in, it doesn't matter what it is. And like 3 months later, I'm sitting here on the line at Killarney waiting to take to my first race in 10 years. Now, to give you some idea, I have a bit of background in racing, obviously. It was quite short-lived. It was about 8 to 12 months in total, and then that was the end of it. But here I am. There's 6 journalists. I'll come to Deon Joubert in a little bit, but it's me from Cars.co.za. You've got Thomas Faulkner from Times Live, who's been racing for years and years. He's raced Mustangs in historics, he's raced classic cars. He's the current Lotus 7 champion, so he's not a fool in a car. Then you've got guys like Mark Jones, who've been racing BMWs and building all sorts of high-performance cars since he was in his teens probably, and he's now like 40-something, 50-something maybe. So he's been racing a long time. You've got Jeanette Koch-Ritzinger, who used to race Group N back in the day. The Tunny was fast. Is fast maybe still? We'll find out. Then you've got Lerato Matavese, who's been a motoring journalist for longer than me even. I think he was there in the early 2000s, so he's a well-seasoned driver. And then Sean Nurse, who's done a lot of endurance karting. He's done a lot of track days, so he's got a bit of experience in handling a car pretty quickly. And then we pitch up at Killarney, and Sean's not there. So we find out literally the day before practice that Deon Joubert is going to fill in for Sean Nurse. And yeah, that kind of blows my mind, because when I was growing up watching touring cars and Group N, Deon Joubert was one of the biggest names out there. As a kid, I really looked up to him. I wanted to be a racing driver after watching those guys race. So it was quite surreal having him pitch up on the grid with us. I know Deon quite well. He does a lot of the vehicle deliveries for us, so I know him quite well, but I've never met the racing car driver Deon who pitches up and is fully focused and committed as a multiple national touring car champion is. So it was going to be exciting lining up against Deon. I wasn't sure how much faster than us he would be, where he would kind of fill out in the grid, or how aggressive he was going to be. I thought he might bring his Group N background to us, or touring car background, and just kind of punt us out the way. But no, Killarney turned out to be a really good one.
Welcome back to track action now from Team Gazoo Racing, the SA Cup.
And welcome to the first race of the season at Killarney. As you can see, my car's no longer black. I do have a wrap full with Cars.co.za logos. Got a Cars.co logo here, and I have some badging on my suit. The cars have gone through a little bit of a tune. They sound a little bit different, but yeah, today is just practice. I'm going to go out, try and get the lap times down throughout the day. Let's see, just looking forward to it. So join us in car. First session done. Car feels really good. It was really slippery out there. Struggled a little bit to try and find my way around, get consistent, but yeah, this session was all about trying to learn myself and the track. I see Deon is really closing in though, so geez, first race is going to be tight if there's only a 10th between us. Yeah, let's go out and have some fun in the race now. I've qualified on pole at Killarney. It's blowing my mind. I'm nearly 2/10 faster than Deon Joubert. It's crazy. I didn't think that would happen. And I'm doing a rolling start from the front of a grid. I've never actually done one from the front of a grid. Normally in endurance cars, there's like 60 cars on the grid and you're kind of either towards the front or in the midfield. You can't see the lights. You just go when the car in front of you kind of goes. So I'm leading the grid and I'm not really sure what gear to be in, when to brake for turn one. Nothing's practiced or nothing's done before. So I kind of take a stab at the throttle when the lights go out. And I'm hoping that third gear is the right gear.
Here we go. Across the line and down towards turn one they go.
Smash the throttle.
Let's see who's going to have what it takes on the brakes to outgun Ashley Oldfield.
And I'm looking at my peripheral vision for Deon kind of to come speeding past, and he just starts to go backwards a little bit, and I think, cool, I can make it into turn one first. So I duck into turn one, hold the inside line, and I can see Deon's taking a slightly wider line and he starts to close in on the rear of me. And I'm like, okay, turn two, do I go for the racing line on the outside and cut across, or do I just run straight down the inside to turn two and make it really tight and then have maybe Deon go wide and try and cut back on me? So this is like a million things going through my mind at this point, and I decide I'm going to run straight down the inside to turn two with Deon not able to come around me. And thankfully he kind of had Tom there as well, so he couldn't go all the way left to then kind of like cut under you like that. And I stopped on the apex a little bit of turn two, just so it like bumped everyone back a little bit, and then got on the throttle just enough to kind of gain this little buffer. All I ever need is like maybe a 1/10, 2/10 buffer, and that's all you need. Then you can take the racing line the rest of the way around the circuit. So I got that initial gap that I needed, and it turned out that I kind of had that 2/10 buffer from qualifying in the race as well. So kind of kept to a really fast pace whilst still kind of shivering on the left pedal on the clutch every now and then.
Of Joubert, but it's Oldfield starting to open up a small margin. It's about 2 car lengths now as they head through Malmesbury. Onto the brakes. Oldfield not having to worry about anything, literally led from start to finish. As they come to the line, it's Joubert who's going to just hang on. Ashley Oldfield takes the win. So it's Cars.co.za that take the honours for the first time in the GR Racing Cup. And yes, Joubert hangs on to beat out Thomas Faulkner.
Yeah, race one done, we got a win. What a race. The top three really, really close. Myself, Deon, Thomas. Wow, really close. I thought Deon was going to come up the inside of me a few times, especially at the last corner and the first corner. But my runs out of the corner were just enough to keep him back, and then I settled into a nice race pace, which seemed to be a little bit faster than the two guys behind. And yeah, foot was tapping on the throttle on that last lap to get it across the finish, but yeah, pleased, a win. Race 2, Killarney. I got a little bit of confidence now from race 1. I think, okay, let me have a little bit of fun with the rolling start. Let me kind of like jump a little bit, come back, and then go again. So to kind of give myself a little bit of a boost at the rolling start. But it can go against you. You know, if you jump and the other guy jumps and then the lights go out and you've decided to back off, you're going to get absolutely slaughtered down into turn 1. So it works out actually perfect for me here. And I get a nice run into turn 1, and I've learned from race 1 that I need to go straight down the inside on turn 2, hold Deon off, actually try and back Deon up a little bit into Tom so that Tom can kind of keep Deon's attention a little bit off me. But we kind of, as you were from race 1 as well, same sort of situation there, and I'm able to make a little bit of a gap immediately and then just sort of hold that gap.
We're on the final lap. 6 cars, really nothing in it, not as close as the first one. They've kind of spread out now, and I don't think there's going to be anything to worry about.
This weekend was crazy good for me.
Oldfield, Joubert, Faulkner, top 3.
2 wins out of 2, and we head to Swarkops next, which another track I've never been to, so we'll check out what happens there. But Killarney, 2 wins out of 2, stoked. Oh. Even beat Deon Joubert. That's on my checklist of things to do in life. Oh, Deon Joubert just congratulated me. Yeah, just an honor to race with a South African legend. Yeah, I'll put that on my LinkedIn CV, go check it out. Has beaten Deon Joubert in 2 races, only 2 races.
Not only is Cars.co.za the best place to find your dream car, but it's also the easiest place to sell your current car. Check out the sell car section on our main website. Simply list your car's details and all of our dealers will take bids on your car. You just choose the highest price. Boom, your car's gone. On to your next one. Right, thanks very much for watching the video. Okay, I think I'm done. Yeah, I'm finished now.
You deserve insurance that doesn't faff around. Budget, the official insurer of good South Africans.
Cars.co.za.